Hi, this is Reflections, and I'm Nancy Joy. We've been talking a lot about 2012, what it's going to be like, sliding through it, all of this. And this morning I just want to start with a little frame of going back in time. We're out of 2011 and all that led up to it. And as we're moving forward into the new creation era and closer to the alignment, universal alignment of our planet to the birth of our universe, it's time to take stock of what has really gone on. And there's a good astrology site I like called Gemini Awakening, and they refer to 2011 as a time of creating critical tension. And I really like that word because, things have been building up and building up and building up. You think of a volcano, a pressure cooker, a rubber band being pulled tight. And the tension in those things is created intentionally, like, say, a volcano, for instance, by Mother Earth to release. And in that release, there's a lot of change that goes on and then a restructuring. And so that's kind of the energy we're moving into now. All this built up tension that maximized a lot in 2011 and created things like the Arab Spring and Occupy Wall Street, a very strong Tea Party movement to return us back to liberty. All these things intensified tremendously because of that tension pushing us, not allowing us anymore to sit back and close up in fear as shrinking violets. If you watch the demonstrators, for example, the ones on the universities that sit and hook their elbows while they were being sprayed with this horrible, painful, toxic stuff, they stepped into their fear, didn't they? If you're in any decision you make based on fear is going to take you on a journey you don't want to go on. I guarantee it. Because it's based on avoiding. It's time on this planet to look at fear in a new way. And I have a lot on this on my website, really great stuff. Articles as well as a lot of YouTubes that discuss the value of fear. And here's the thing. The band, and we started to stretch to this point of critical tension, and think of it as a mother giving birth. Any mother that has given birth will tell you that if you go into that in fear, you create a much more painful, long drawn out process than if you go into it basically ecstatic. Your new baby that you've been nurturing, creating within inside you is being birthed. Well, that's just the energy as we're heading out the door of 2011, and some of us pretty excitedly shifting into 2012, 2013, 2014, and beyond. 2012 isn't an end. 2012 is a new creation in the making. And, I'll tell you this much. The fear is going to continue to come. It's natural because it's an emotion that we created ourselves as God creators. Our emotions, as I say all the time, they're our guidance system. Fear is an emotion that we created for this one reason. So we could be conscious at that moment that we need to pay attention to what we're thinking and what we're feeling to create the right decision, to move into the right choice, to form our new creation based on higher consciousness and a high heart vibration. So fear, actually, I always say it's the red warning light, or at the airport, the red flags calling you into a gate. Fear's calling you into what you need to pay attention to. Now, from that point on, you can either let fear rule you, or you can thank fear, let it know it's done its work, it's caused you to stop and rethink your decision, rethink the way you're going to act, rethink your thoughts to create and attract the vibration you want. So it's time on this earth to start to use fear and help us, let us push it into action, like the Arab Spring and the Occupy Wall Street and anything in your life. So the message for today is that really it is a time right now to take a look at fear in a new way and use fear to empower your journey. Use fear to help you step into your creation. not by trying to cover it over with a smiley face. That never works. I heard somewhere, and I love it, that if you're running out of gas and you're scared you're not going to make it, putting a smiley face sticker over the gas gauge changes nothing. What changes something is that you pull the sticker off and say, okay, I might run out of gas. What am I going to do? Well, I could do this, I could do that. And you set in motion a whole new energy. It's in the kind of spiritual movement going on. Oftentimes, we don't discern the difference between true joy and happiness and expanded thinking and covering something over by just telling ourselves we feel good. It doesn't work. It doesn't work because we need to use the emotions to make the change. That's such a key right now. So in particular, right now we're talking about freedom. So as you take a look at yourself this Monday morning, and there are areas in your life you may feel some fear around a health issue, money issue, a relationship issue, and so on. Bring the consciousness of fear into your thinking and allow it to help you change the direction you're headed and create, because at that point you get to create different choices, different directions. And one of the things I did learn in many things in the Global Information Network is maybe we knew it, but it reiterates it. It's that we have so many choices, and we get to decide what we're going to attract by what we're thinking. So it's important to align with that energy and allow your emotions to do it. So wherever you're in some fear today in your life, or as soon as you first notice you are in any kind of a fear, use this. Use it. Use this method. It really works. It's amazing, and it starts to change what you're drawing into yourself. So we talked last week about a core to grace through 2012. This is one of many tools I'll be sharing with you in the next weeks on how to move through on that core to grace through 2012. So I hope you enjoy the message, and please check out my website, www.heartlights.net. There are great articles on fear and wonderful YouTubes that talk about fear throughout. I think now I'm up to around, close to 200 YouTubes, and I've had people email me and call me and tell me that they use them like you would tarot cards or divining cards. They'll go into my YouTube, close their eyes, and dial one and get a message. I thought, wow, that's great. Of course, your soul's going to lead you to just the message you need at any given time. We all know that. So have some fun with these things, and please do enjoy the site. Again, New Zealand, New Zealand, New Zealand. You know, it's time to put it into motion. So contact me if there's any energy there. And have a great week. We'll see you again next week. Bye.